So sweet.
Stuff on our face and my favorite dessert right now.
This is Nyssa Rose, the assistant manager of El Jardín. When she isn't diligently doing inventory,
Hey, slow down, Turbo!
you might find her cultivating a reputation. A track record of celebrating, consecrating, going downright wild about.
Payday! I don't understand why you don't get direct deposit like a normal person. Because, Lauren, there is nothing like touching your money, smelling it, looking at it like, hey girl, what's up? Now that is a tradition I'm not ready to part with.
Thus began Nyssa's bi-monthly ritual.
Thank you kindly.
A legendary splurge at Ramon's.
No.
Well, semi-legendary. A pilgrimage to the Den of Dews.
Your fingers are like magic.
Finally having turned up, Nyssa arrived at her favorite night spot where her closest friends had gathered to celebrate a string of recent accomplishments. There was Mariella, a social media influencer whose endorsement of lip kits had recently garnered her over 1 million followers. V, a jewelry designer who just opened a second location for her rapidly expanding business. Liz, who'd only last week delivered a down payment for a lavish 3-bedroom on the Venice canals. But as they raised their glasses, they stopped conspicuously short at one member of the group.
Nyssa. Nyssa is an assistant manager at a plant shop.
Ever the BFF, V came quickly to Nyssa's defense, explaining that Nyssa had dreams of starting The Grow, a subscription service for exotic plants.
Well, starting things costs money.
So save it.
Girl, you've been talking about this for years. How much time do you need? So sweet.
As she excused herself to visit the ATM, Nyssa considered these words. She thought ever so briefly of rolling up her sleeves and saving for the business and life she longed to begin. But as the clock struck midnight,
Hey, slow down, Turbo! What'd I say?
Nyssa awoke to find herself in precisely the same position she'd been in 8 hours earlier. Mind reeling, she scrutinized the hip-hop anthem emanating from the speakers, feverishly examined the date and time.
I still don't understand why you don't get direct deposit like a normal person.
Lauren's underwhelming jokes were the same. The head-bobbing man striding down the sidewalk was the same. Every detail was eerily the same. Then Nyssa had a revelation.
It's payday again. Y'all know what's about that, right? We blowing money! Figuring out how to spend those figures on my account. Figuring out how to spend those figures on my account. I got 3, 4, 5, 6 figures. See me shine as I look in the mirror. Got the dough, make it flow like
No, I'll put it back.
Ching, 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 I'm a cash killer. Got the money, I'ma make it fly. Paper planes in the air, no lie. Put the 21K to the sky. See me flow, see me roll, see me ride. Tick tock, money don't stop. Tick tock, money don't stop. Tick tock, money don't stop. Money don't stop, no. Figuring out how to spend those figures on my account. Figuring out how to spend those figures on my account.
As 4 paydays became 40, and 40 400, Nyssa began to feel a shift.
Hey girl, what's going on?
What?
Turning up at the Den of Dews no longer sparked the joy it once had. Indulging at Ramon's had grown rote. One more step in a cycle of sameness she experienced on repeat.
You ever feel like you're living the same day over and over again?
A few years ago, there was no jewelry line by V. There were student loans by V. And don't get me started on living with my parents by V.
She neglected to mention the overpriced adult braces by V.
At some point, I just got tired of going through life without a plan.
V reminded Nyssa that a way out existed, that the business she imagined held boundless potential, that if she invested in what mattered, her days might start feeling a whole lot different. With that, Nyssa resolved to undertake her next payday like never before.
Why'd you hug me?
She noticed what she'd been missing all along. She took pampering into her own hands. She signed up for a savings account where she transferred a portion of her paycheck, so she might one day action the business plan she'd finally committed to paper. And this time, when the clock struck midnight, Nyssa leapt forward into the future she'd made for herself.
That's me. Turn up.